A recent scorecard says government seems to be on track when it comes to targets for the macroeconomy, justice, human rights, human capital, and the environment. On the other hand, there is much to do in the areas of agriculture, housing, and governance. Let's get some insights from Businessworld research head Leo Uy. Leo, when they say that things are improving in all of these areas, macroeconomy, justice, human capital, what indicators are they looking at?
Well, first we have to note that a lot of these indicators were based from the Philippine Development Plan of 2017 to 2022. So there are 257 indicators, in fact, here in this report. Now, the Philippine Statistics Authority emphasized that a lot of these improvements were made in the macroeconomy sector as well as justice. Meanwhile, a lot of work has to be done in the areas of agriculture, governance, and housing. So as for the indicators, a lot of these were not only government-based, but also global indices from international firms.
Okay, these targets are of course, for the 6-year term of the Duterte administration. At the rate things are going, which targets stand out for either high or low chances of being achieved?
Well, for the macroeconomy, we have around 15 out of 25 indicators that have a high likelihood of being achieved by 2022. The notable ones include the government revenue to GDP ratio, you have the tax revenue to GDP ratio, as well as the management of having a stable and low inflation rate. For justice, you have the aim of decreasing the backlogs in the preliminary investigations, and as well as increasing the public attorney to court ratio. Also included in the justice sector are also the global indices stated in the World Justice Report, which include criminal justice and fundamental rights. On the flip side, a lot of these indicators show a low likelihood when it comes to governance. So for instance, you have a low percentile rank in the global indices of the World Governance Index and the Corruption Perceptions Index. This despite local government units starting to disclose financial documents. Now, for agriculture, a lot of the crops will not be met in terms of yield targets, as well as the technical support for provisions of these crops.
Okay, now, State of the Nation address of President Duterte, of course, is this Monday. What are analysts saying about this report?
Well, if you look at the performance of the Philippines in this report, pretty much it's a mixed performance, wherein around 54% of the indicators show that they are likely to be met by the end of 2022. So the analysts are saying that even if we scored a high mark on macroeconomy, the fact that we've recorded low on governance and agriculture, these are the key areas when it comes to development. So all in all, they're saying that the government has a lot of work cut out for them in the years ahead.
Okay, that was Leo Uy, Head of Research at Businessworld in Quezon City.